in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Lee Allison, file number 22-20996 FC. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Allison, and I have Douglas Hartung appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Glazier, how would you like to proceed?
Yes, I'd like to speak with Mr. Hartung for a moment if I could.
Okay, I don't, all right, going forward, Mr. Glazier, I don't typically allow breakout rooms with prosecutors. You can chat or give them a call, but I can't do it right now because I've already got a breakout room open and
I'll call Mr. Hartung.
Hold on, I got it. I'm gonna put you guys in a breakout room, but like I said, usually just chat or call.
Right.
I don't, Mr. Hartung, oh, there you are. All right, so go ahead and join those breakout rooms. All right, thank you, Mr. Jones. All right, Mr. Grable, we've been sitting here patiently all morning. Let me find you. And then Ms. Brenner, I'll get you next. Who do you have, Mr. Grable? I know Matt Murphy.
Yes, I'm right here, Your Honor.
What's your client's name, Mr. Grable?
Jack Majewski, Your Honor, and he is in the waiting room.
All right, hold on.
I spoke to him, so I know he's there. He told me and he confirmed it was you.
Oh, okay. I had Mr. Amadeo for him.
But I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Amadeo there, Your Honor. It's my firm's case. So Mr. Amadeo is in Wayne County Circuit Court. He gives his apologies, but he had a conflict. So
Okay,
I'm here on
that's
his
fine.
behalf.
All right, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jack Jamison Majewski, file number. Let me get him in. Hold on, Mr. Murphy. Didn't forget you. All right. It's kind of stuck in limbo, Mr. Majewski is. So give me just a moment. All right, Mr. Murphy, with Homestead, right?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm my office here.
All right, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Harley Wayne Olmsted, file number 22-20693 FH. This is the date and time scheduled for a pre-trial conference in this matter. We are scheduled for trial on January 3rd of 2023. The deadline for all motions, jury instructions, as well as voir dire questions passed on December 14 of 2022. Let's see, Mr. Olmsted is charged with felonious assault, 4-year felony, a 93 domestic, and a high court misdemeanor lying to the police, which is a 2-year. And I think the plea was plead to, was it 1 disorderly, count 2 and 1 disorderly, or just 1 disorderly?
Your Honor, the offer today is to have him plead to counts 2 and 3, no upfront jail, and we would dismiss the felony.
Yes, Your Honor. What I had down was that the last pretrial that the offer was for 1 disorderly, 1 as charged with the lying to the police officer, no upfront jail. Now the offer is as Mr. Sneed had said, is changed. At this time, we're just asking for it to continue the trial.
Okay, so it's now an offer of a domestic instead of a disorderly, and count 3. All right. So I have received, let's see who filed this, Mr. Sneed. I have received the people's jury instructions, voir dire, and Mr. Murphy, did you file yours as well back then?
Your Honor, I was going to file the jury instructions today. Mr. Olmsted said he wanted to take the offer of disorderly with the lying to a police officer. That's what we thought it was.
Mr. Sneed, are the people willing to let him plead to a disorderly instead of a domestic today?
No, Your Honor, that offer was conveyed back in July. Now that we're prepped for trial, we're prepared to proceed.
That's fine. Okay. All right. So we will see you back here in person on January 3rd of 2023 at 9 a.m. for jury trial. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Thank you, Mr. Sneed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, so in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jack Jameson Majewski, file number 22-21096FH. I have attorney Scott Grable. What's your P number, Mr. Grable? You're muted.
P 53-310, Your Honor. Good morning.
Thank you. And I have Mr. Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is a date and time scheduled for a pretrial conference in this matter. Mr. Grable, how do you wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Amadeo. Obviously, there's ongoing plea negotiations. The matter may possibly proceed to trial, but we're still hopeful there could be some type of resolution. If the court would consider putting another pretrial date sometime in February, Mr. Amadeo and myself would certainly be appreciative of that.
All right, so I will set this for another pretrial on February 15th at 8:30 a.m. And Mr. Grable, if you can do the stip in order to adjourn. Mr. Sneed, can you sign your name with permission?
Yes, please.
All right, Mr. Majewski, we'll see you back here on February 15th at 8:30 in the morning. Just zoom into the number you used today, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for the court's time, Your Honor, as always.
All right, thank you, Mr. Grable. Have a good day.
You
Mr.
as well.
Majewski, you're all set. All right, Mr. Back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Lee Allison, file number 22-20996FC. Mr. Glazier, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Hartung?
Yes, Your Honor, and I need a few moments to speak with my client if possible.
Okay, so Mr. Ellison, I am going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Glazier. So hold on one second. All right, so let's see. Glazier. All right, go ahead and join that breakout room. Is there somebody in that MDOC hearing room? Because like you're so far away. What is your name?
Seeley, C-I-L-L-E-Y, James.
Okay, thank you. I could never see if someone was in there. All right. Hold on, Mr. Okay, hold on, Mr. Seeley. All right,
Yes,
Mr. Shadler, I have Kyer Russell. Let me grab his file.
I tried answering earlier when you asked if there was anybody from Michigan Department of Corrections, but I was see it.
It's okay. Ms. Underwood, is that your client? Ms. Underwood, is Mr. Celia your client? Mr. Seeley?
No, Malaro.
Mr. Malaro, do you need to speak with your client?
Yeah, just real brief, Judge. No, it won't take long.
All right, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Malaro. Oh, you just went right there. Okay. All right, Mr. Russell. All right, Mr. Russell, can you take me off Bluetooth?
Is that it, Your Honor?
Yeah, good. No, if I'm on Bluetooth, it echoes really bad, so thank you. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kyer Teron Russell, file number 20-20089FH. I have Phil Shadler appearing on behalf of Mr. Russell, and I have I need a prosecutor. Somebody turn the picture
Sorry,
on. Oh, Mr. Sneed appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your
This
Honor.
is the date and time set for a pretrial conference. The court has received a plea agreement form provided by the people. So, Mr. Shadler, how do you wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, we would respectfully like to accept the plea agreement. We do have a question since the statute provides for either a guilty plea or a no contest plea. Mr. Russell would prefer to enter a no contest plea. Mr. Sneed has indicated that he has no objection to that if I will volunteer or voir dire Mr. Russell. I've asked Mr. Sneed
Would that be for lack of memory, or Mr. Shadler, lack of memory, or civil liability?
Civil liability, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, the plea offer I have in the file is plea to 1 count of CSC 4th degree under the delayed statute MCL 771.1. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me have a cheat sheet. Cheat sheet. So, so under the delayed statute, okay, and so Mr. Sneed, for the court's benefit, so is why a delayed?
I may be able to answer that question, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Schneider had the conversation with Ms. Muir about the case, Your Honor. So I defer to him.
I'll be happy to add some context if you wish.
Oh, yes, please, because
This offense occurred nearly 3 years ago. It was associated with horseplay between Mr. Russell and his fiance's daughter, who at the time was over 13 years old, or was 13 years old. Mr. Russell has completed rather rigorous bond conditions and has been, I would have to say, a model citizen. He is no longer, or is not, I don't think could reasonably be.
well, Mr. Shadler, let me interrupt you real quick. So on a delayed sentence, it's probation would be handled by our pretrial services, and it remains on his record. So are they asking for a delayed or a deferred? I mean, is this something that's going to stay on his record, or is it something that they want removed from his record?
It's something that we want removed from his record if possible.
So a delayed sentence does not accomplish that because it is a reportable offense. And so I think, you know, it stays, it remains, and it's reportable. So a deferred sentence, we take a plea under advisement and we defer the entry of the judgment to see if they successfully complete a probation term. And if they do, we discharge them from probation. So that is not a delayed. So I think that perhaps if you want to take a moment and communicate, or Mr. Sneed, if it's a delayed or a deferred, if we could get that information from Ms. Muir. So I'm going to move on, and you guys try to verify that with Ms. Muir, unless you can say, well, he just logged off. Okay. So I think Mr. Sneed's trying to verify that right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ms. Brenner, Ms. Underwood is in a breakout room. So Mr. Russell.
I've got one with Mr. Fry too.
What's that one?
Gustavo Cabrera,
Oh,
but I don't think he's present. So that should, whoops. So that should be
yeah,
quick. Judge.
that probably be a fairly simple one because Mr. Cabrera is not here. Might be in Puerto Rico again. I don't know. All right. This is in the matter. I do have an interpreter who is Ms. Reinhold today. In the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Gustavo Cabrera, file number 19-19451FH. I have Sarah Kate Brenner appearing on for the Michigan Department of the Attorney General, and I have Brian Fry appearing on behalf of the defendant. Mr. Fry, do you have Mr. Cabrera with you?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Cabrera has failed to appear. Have there been any payments made, Ms. Brenner?
Your Honor, the last payment was in September of this year. It was $300.
All right.
His arrearages have grown to almost $40,000 at this point.
All right. Mr. Cabrera, Mr. Fry, have you had any contact with Mr. Cabrera?
I have been unable to reach him, Your Honor. I did find a phone number for his daughter. I left her a message today, but I have not heard back from her yet either. So I have no updates on his whereabouts.
All right. What's the total arrears now, Ms. Brenner?
$39,808.57.
All right, I will issue a bench warrant for his arrest for failure to appear. I will set bond in the amount of $39,809 cash. And obviously, Mr. Fry, if you're able to reach Mr. Cabrera, let him know he needs to come see me. And Ms. Reinhold, thank you for your time today, and just submit your bill. Thank you.
Your Honor, we are set for trial on this matter in the beginning of January. Can we take that off the calendar and reset when he's apprehended? Or do you want to leave it on the
So,
calendar in case he shows up?
I'll leave it on the calendar as a pre-trial at that time,
Okay.
just to see if he shows up. All right?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Reinhold.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Glazier. See what I got going on. I'm gonna get Mr. Allison out of the jail breakout room. Just waiting for the breakout room to close.
Your
All right,
Honor,
and
do
the
I
matter-
prepare that bench warrant or does the court prepare it? I'm sorry.
Miss Adams, we don't prepare bench warrants, right?
I'll prepare it, Judge. Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Sorry.
it's okay. So in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Lee Allison, Mr. Glazier, how do you wish to proceed? You're muted, Mr. Glazier.
My wife wishes she had a button that could do that.
That's what she said.
I've had a discussion with Mr. Hartung and my client, and there's some property type issue things that we're trying to resolve, and we'll get it done. But I think Mr. Hartung and I would ask to adjourn this out around a couple of months or maybe a little longer, but in that area, in that range.
All right, so I'm gonna set this matter for pretrial on March 15 at 8:30 in the morning, and Mr. Glazier, you would do the stipend order to adjourn.
Yeah, what was the date again?
March 15 at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'll prepare the stip, Your Honor.
All right, so for the people in the courtroom, it's all Zoom now mostly, unless people request to be in person, but we are live on a YouTube channel. So if you don't feel like coming in, if you search me on YouTube, it's live and then it stays up. So if you miss it that day, you can always watch it another day. All right?
So it's just gonna, I mean, is it gonna continue to be like 3 trials until?
So are you a family member or a victim?
He murdered my sister.
So I would ask you, I can't really talk about the case because I don't know much about the case, but you can go down to the prosecutor's office and speak to the crime victims unit and they can give you advice. All right? All right, thank you. All right, we'll see you back on that day, Mr. Allison. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Malaro with Mr. Is it Seeley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus James Robert Seeley, file number 22-21121FH. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Seeley, and I have, I need a prosecutor. Mr. Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial. Mr. Glazier, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Judge, I'm going to ask for a second pretrial on this matter.
I'm sorry, Mr. Malaro, how do you wish to proceed?
It's okay. I've been called worse, Judge. I'm going to ask for a second pretrial on this matter. There's a couple of issues I need to talk to the prosecutor about and see if we can't reach a resolution.
All right. Okay, so. All right, let's see, my next available pretrial is about February 1 at 8:30 in the morning.
That's fine, Judge.
All right, So you can do the stip in order to adjourn, and then the people would do the writ. So thank you, and Mr. Seeley, you have a good Christmas, all right?
Too, man.
Thank you,
Thank you,
you're all
Judge.
set. All right, I have, Michael Dagger Margosian. Mr. Shaler, on Miss Russell, or Mr. Russell, have you or Mr. Sneed been able to get any information? Everybody's muted. Mr. Sneed or Mr. Shaler, everybody's
Beg your
muted.
pardon. I spoke with Miss Meyer and also
Meir.
with Mr. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's Miss Meir, not Meyer.
Meir, M-E-I-R, right? Miss Meir, I spoke with Miss Meir. She has no objection to sentencing under the deferred statute. Mr. Sneed observes that the deferral is provided by the Homes Youthful Trainee Act. Legally, Mr. Russell doesn't qualify under Holmes because he's older than the age range that's provided by statute.
The deferred, Homes Youthful Training Act is something completely different than a deferred judgment of guilt. You know, they're three separate things: deferred, delayed, and HIDA. HIDA also allows for a deferred, but I don't think it's under the same statute.
So what I guess what we're searching for here is the statutory reference to the deferred sentencing statute, so that there is the realistic possibility that Mr. Russell could, the charge against Mr. Russell could be dismissed upon completion of the term of probation.
All right, Mr. Russell, how old are you?
I'll be 36, Your Honor, on December 25th.
Okay, so all right, okay, all right, hold on one second, you guys. Let me skip over to Mr. Dagger Margosian because I think it's the only one he has. So Mr. Dagger Margosian, let's see, you have Mr. Foster, Mr. Foster's note. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Lawrence Lee Foster, file number 22-21118FH. I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Foster, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. Mr. Dagger Margosian, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, good morning. Michael Dagger Margosian for Mr. Foster. Your Honor, today is the date and time set for a pretrial. We do have a resolution with the people. Originally, I think this was Ms. Meir's case, and so I just sent a message to Mr. Sneed. I don't know if he has the updated amended information, but the plea offer that Mr. Foster is going to accept is going to be a plea guilty to an added count of felonious assault with the agreement for HIDA, and in